Manghoe. So today I'm going to show you how to cover your brows using both Pros-aide and a glue stick. I'll do one on each brow. A lot of people have been asking me how I do it just because my brows are really hairy and I have like hairy brown person disease, so yeah, desi problems. So what you're going to need to do this is either Pros-aide or a glue stick. Glue stick you can get anywhere. Pros-aide I got from a costume store downtown. I'm sure a lot of like costume stores have them, especially during Halloween time. You're gonna need a spoolie. I got 100 of these for 10 bucks off Amazon, or one of these things. They come in a lot of makeup brush sets. And you're also gonna need either a powder puff or a beauty blender or whatever, a beauty sponge, just to pat down some powder. And you're gonna need translucent powder. So if you're in the States, this is the best stuff to use. It's Coty Airspun. And if you're not, anything else works. So I use the Marcel powder. It's translucent. It's translucent. So I'm going to start with the Pros-aide side. This bottle came with a brush attached to the lid already, so I'm just going to use that to spread the Pros-aide onto my brow. So I'm literally just putting it everywhere, trying to cover every single hair with the brow. You can also do this with a brush, or if you don't want to get your brush all gross and gunked up, you can do it with the mascara wand or the spoolie. So now I'm going to take the spoolie and brush all my hair up and away from my eyeball. And I'm going to try to get every single hair. So once I've got the hair all in one direction, I'm going to go back in with the Pros-aide, dab a little bit more on, and I'm going to take my finger and smooth it all down. And I'm going to do this until it becomes tacky and until I don't feel any more unevenness on the brow. So I want it to be smooth. So while this is still kind of wet, I'm going to take a makeup wipe and just wipe the perimeter of the brow to get the excess Pros-aide off. So now that this side is dry, I'm going to go in with the translucent powder on the butt of the beauty blender. And I'm pressing down pretty hard because I want the powder to get in all the cracks, and I want the brow to be as flat as possible. And now I'm going to brush away the excess powder. So with the glue stick side, I'm just going to go straight in with the glue stick and start covering all of the hair as best as I can. So you can be as messy as you want with this because we're going to wipe away the excess glue. And now I'm going to go in with this thing. I don't know what it's called. Brush thing? Brush comb. And I'm gonna do the same thing I did on the other side. Just brush all the hair up and away from my eyeball. A lot of glue will come off if you use the comb. So when I brush it up, I'm also just using the glue that came off to flatten the brow too by flipping the comb over. So now I'm going to take the glue stick again And I'm gonna go over it one more time and flatten down all the brow hairs. And now I'm just gonna wait for this to dry. Now that this side's dry, I'm gonna take this hair off. I don't know why it was there. One thing I didn't mention is to trim your brows before you start this, because you'll get hairs like this, those like long pubic hairs that like randomly decide to grow in your eyebrow. They will ruin your makeup. You'll start to see a lot of texture over top of your makeup. So like, yeah, just cut those hairs out. And I'm gonna go in with the powder. So with glue, I find that I usually need 2 coats of glue to get the same amount of coverage as Pros-aide. So I'm gonna go in again with the glue stick, and I'm gonna apply it this direction that I flattened the hair down. So just like that. And this will fill all the cracks in. Okay, so now that I have my brows covered, I'm just gonna do my normal makeup routine. So primer, when I put my primer on, I'm gonna avoid the brow area because it'll take off the glue. And then I'm just gonna go in with my foundation. The foundation I use for drag is the Dermablend one, so I'm gonna go do that now. And now I'm gonna take a big powder puff, and I'm gonna take my translucent powder and cover my entire face. And that's it. So I just took all the powder out of my beard with a makeup wipe because it gets really irritating while you're doing the rest of your face. So you can do brows on top of this. You can put prosthetics on top of it. You can literally do whatever you want. Yeah, and you're good for Halloween. Such a YouTuber. A brush. Ooh. So to take all of this off, for the glue side, if you're doing both brows with glue, you can just wash it off with soap and water. But for the Pros-aide side, I use coconut oil to take it off. I grab a bunch of it, massage it in for 3 or 4 minutes, and then it comes off pretty easy, and then I go in with a makeup wipe. Yeah, it's annoying to take off, but it has much better coverage than just a glue stick.